Hi there folks, back at you with another video. Today I've got some universal joints here that I got that are Gearwrench and Matco, the pinless style. And I like to compare the two and kind of point out the difference between the one and the other and why the one is better than the other. This is the Gearwrench and Matco, Gearwrench Matco, Gearwrench Matco. Right off the bat, you can tell that the Gearwrench ones are longer than the Matcos. So they got a longer neck right here. Same thing, the Gearwrench is longer, and on the 1/2 inch as well. And this is the Gearwrench, and this is what happened with the Gearwrench. This thing is wore out. The big difference for that is the Gearwrench here. As you can tell, you can see the ball move. They just have a spring in there between the housing and the bottom of this. And as you can tell, it doesn't spring anymore because the spring is destroyed of all the use. And here, as you can tell, on the Matco, they have a plate in there, and then they have the spring in there. I don't know if you can tell right there. Right there, underneath the plate, between the housing and the plate, right there, there's a spring. Let me see if I can. Maybe now you can tell a little better. Right there, you see that spring? And on the Gearwrench, well, this comes out bad. And on the Gearwrench, that sits right there, and that's one of the things that got destroyed, and that's why this thing is like a wet noodle. This one is nice and stiff. It's got some compression in there. So the design of the spring here to keep tension on your anvil, that is a big difference. The length is a big difference between the two. The actual housing between the one and the other, there is really no difference in it. Now the next big difference is this. I don't know if you can tell. This part of the anvil here is not near as big as this one. And because of that, the Gearwrench right here has a lot more slap to it. And this one don't have near as much. See that? Big difference. So that there is almost like a full 1/8 of a turn. And this is almost like half of that. Now we can measure the difference here. .39 or 2.239, and then here on the Gearwrench, 0.2. 0.210. So there is one, and like I said, therefore it creates a lot more slack, and because this here don't have as much meat on it, I think that's one of the reasons why we got all kinds of jets flying over today. Sorry about that. I think that's one of the reasons, because these are not as heavy as on the Matcos. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why these wear out, together with the spring design. And then this one here, well, you can even see there's a piece of the spring sitting right there. See that? Look at that. Oh, there's more coming out right now. Look at that. That just fell out. And that's a spring that's supposed to be underneath here. Other than that, the housings itself, you can tell they don't wear that much different. I haven't used this 3/8 as much yet as the Gearwrench. And I haven't really used a 1/4 at all yet. So I got these a couple months ago now, so but yeah, that's a big difference between the two. I know the Matcos are not cheap, but I think they're honestly worth their money for what it is. And I personally love the slim design on the pinless. I feel like I can get a little more motion out of them than the pin design, and I love the fact that these shoulders are about as narrow as you can get them. So because if you got a lot of the pin design ones, this shoulder is a lot fatter, and I feel like there's times where you run out of room, and you know, I got these because I need the room, so it's tight fit to begin with. So anyway, just so to prove that this is a Matco. There's your part number, CUP 280 on the 1/2-inch drive. Here's the other Matco. BUP 288, and then the little 1/4 here, Matco. And there's part number on that one. So yeah, on the end of the day, these are handy to have, because that way I don't have to have deep wells and mids and shallows. And so with that being said, with these I just use my my deeps or my shallow or my mitt sockets. I do have the Gearwrench swivel sockets here. Let me grab them real quick in 1 second. This is the 8mm 3/8 drive, 13mm 1/2-inch drive. I'm just going to save some of my money up and eventually replace these with the Matcos. Like I said, because on the end of the day, the whole pinless design, or the X-core as Gearwrench calls them, I love it. I feel like it's really good. So I do love these sockets, but I wish the Gearwrench quality was a little better. So, but it's not. So Matco it is. All right, folks, please like and subscribe. Helps the channel out a lot, and we're going to catch you on the next one. All right, guys, peace out.